Today we'll be discussing about the question paper, video question paper. Is that fine with everybody? All 5 modules are being completed. Now to revise as a revision, I prefer taking up video question paper, which is for earlier scheme. Even though it is of old scheme, the questions are repetitive. Maybe the models may differ from here and there, but the questions are repetitive. Is that okay, students? Okay with you all? Respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You can see the screen very well. Screen is seen. Now somebody in the class, please read out the question. Before that, there is a note telling that answer any 5 full questions, choosing at least 2 questions from each part. This is a very old scheme, students. It is of 2006. But fortunately, the questions are the same, right? And use IS 1905-1987 is permitted. This code is provided, will be provided from our end to the examination hall, where you will be using this code suitably at the required places. So to start with, can anybody read the first question, 1A? The first question, 1A. Yes?
Explain the need for alternative building.
Yes, explain the need for alternative building materials. Hope you remember the same question was asked for your internals. Am I correct? So can anybody explain the need or the purpose? Yes? Yes? Yes, students? What's the need for alternate building materials, which covers in the module 1? There should be a reply. There has to be a reply from your end. Huh? Can you see this? What is the purpose or the significance of alternate materials to be used? Yes, in points at least you can say. What is that? You can see very well on the screen. Huh? Yes, students, can you hear me? First, the embodied energy in a building has to be reduced. For that, we are looking for alternate building materials. Secondly, the energy used during the operational life of the building should also be reduced, which is only possible by using a alternative building materials. Alternative building materials, it cannot be the higher one which has a very low energy efficient. The buildings which are very low energy efficient only, it is possible to utilize such materials for the construction where the embodied energy can be improved. Otherwise, it is not possible, such as stone is an example, then topsoil for brick construction, pollution of marble dust. All these are the very good examples which is contributing towards the global warming of the earth. Yes, students, you remember writing the test answer. Yes. It is asked for very good marks, some 6 marks it has been asked. Yes, 6 marks. It is a question of 6 marks. Similarly, you have one more question. List the different types of energy consumption in a building. What are the different types of energy consumption? Can anybody? Different types of energy consumption in a building. What are the different types of energy consumption in a building, students? It's a revision class. You have to talk here. It is not that you go silent. Huh? Yes, students. Was a question asked? You're all there in the class. List the different types of energy consumption. Types of energy consumption. Different types.
Embodied energy.
Then. Yes, what next? Correct. What is the next?
Energy consumed during building construction.
Very good. Then.
Energy utilized for maintenance during lifespan of building.
Yes, very good. So totally how many you find? You find 3 or 4?
4.
Repeat once again. All the 4 you repeat. You're correct. Repeat all the 4.
Embodied energy in building materials. Then energy consumption during building construction. Energy utilization for maintenance. Then energy spent in demolition of building.
Yes, very good. Can you explain any one in that? What do you understand? Any one of it, can you explain? Or do you understand with the line asked for it? What is the energy consumed during construction? How do you define that statement? How do you define the statement? How to reduce the consumption of energy? How to defend? How to defend? How to defend, students? For example, you have a material to purchase for the construction. Suppose for a flooring, I have given this example. For a flooring construction, you want a particular type of construction. Let us think about a granite flooring or a marble flooring or a madras flooring, correct? So you may have to purchase at an area where it is nearby. It should not be costing, correct? It should not be costing, it should be minimized. So it is an embodied energy in building materials or during building construction. You should have the reduction of transportation so that very easily you can purchase the materials. Not that a kilometer of 100 distance you take the purchase or you transport those materials, which is costing in the terms of energy also. Not only the money, in energy also it is costing you. So you have to avoid that particular parameter of purchase of that material, isn't it? So similarly, you have energy spent in demolition, because whatever the material you get after demolition, it has to be traveled along a distance. So that has to be avoided. So how to avoid that? You have to look at a site wherein you can find a dumping yard of these materials, correct? Dumping yard has to be created or to be located, or you have to serve the purpose of demolished waste can be reused in the form of an aggregate, a fine aggregate or a coarse aggregate. That should be the feature. If you are thinking of energy utilized for maintenance during lifespan of the building, yes, that is also very important, because during the lifespan of a building you may find some cracks developing, painting is required, all that is the extra energy which is contributing to your building. So how to overcome that? You have to decide on yourself what could be the best way out to make the building perfect, or should the maintenance has to be reduced. If I start paint my building today, paint my residence today, I should not paint the same building after 5 years or after 1 year or 2 years. I should think of 1 decade. That painting has to be done after a decade, so that will retain for a long time, and therefore the energy required to do all that activities been reduced. Even embodied energy in building materials is the same what I said, purchasing a material. So these are the contributing factors. You have to give with an example, students. With an example, you have to explain the features, how it is affecting the energy consumption. Okay. Now discuss the environmental issues related to a building materials. What are the environmental issues related to building materials? At first, you have to tell what are the building materials you are going to talk on. It is very generic state question. Discuss environmental issues related to building materials. Arey Baba, I have 110 building materials. Reinforcement bars is a material, cement is a material, sand is a material, co-segregated is a material. Water is a material, isn't it? Water is also a material. Without water, it is not possible to construct. Correct, now, students? Is that water is not a material? Is not a building material? Yes, of course, it is a building material. So I had to think all that. Apart from that, you have a plastic, you have wood, you have plasticizers, you have many things. And we can keep listing many, like precast elements are also required for a building material. So how it is contributing to the environmental issues? What are the main important features what we have taken up for the discussion, students? Huh? Speak out. Yes, students. Yes. What are they? You find stone, you find topsoil for brick, you have pollution due to marble dust, mangled tiles, the timber, right? Globe. So which is all contributing towards the global warming. So how each one of that is contributing, we have to understand. We have to understand, isn't it? Yes or no? Can somebody talk on stones? Can somebody talk on stones? Can somebody talk on stones? Very general topic. Yes, stones. How do we use these stones in our construction, students? Yes, how do we use? Suppose we can use it as a size stone for the foundation purpose, correct? As a size stone for the size stone used for the foundation and walls. Or it can be crushed stone money, it can be aggregate, fine aggregate and a coarse aggregate, correct? Yes or no? Yes or no, students? So these
Yes,
ways,
ma'am.
yes. Though, so in this way, stones have been very well used. Sometimes, students, you can make an observation in many of the construction. We use stones for the lintel purpose also. Maybe you are not sure, or maybe you wouldn't have seen. If you would have seen, I'm very happy for that. You can see that as a lintel itself, because your stone, the stone itself is a very good material which can take up any load. Correct? because your multi-story building is, or any without a frame construction also can take up the load as for a lintel as a stone as a material. So very good material stone. If you are having a stone crusher, very good students, like you are like nobody can touch you, because stone is a high priority. It is on a highest priority. Okay. So if I'm talking about topsoil, okay, what is topsoil? You are all environmental now, students. You're all environmentalists. Is that right word to use? No, you are all very good students, civil engineering students, to tell completely. Now topsoil, how this topsoil will affect? Yes, it is very much seen on the screen. I'm not asking anything like out of your like mind and answer it. It is very well seen. You can answer. Yes. Yes, students. Yes, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, tell me how topsoil will affect. Yes, how this? Please read out. It is completely written. Topsoil is very good, rich in nutrients, right? And landscape is also destroyed by unorganized creation of pets, which can render the land for useless. You have scored well in your first try. You have to be well telling this answer, giving this answer. Retaining the topsoil while taking out the soil in the lower zone or by creating natural water bodies can largely mitigate this problem. Problem is less acute in South India, especially because of irrigation purpose. Now, topsoil for brick construction, how it is going to affect? So, should I use the topsoil for construction or should not, is the question mark. Yes? Should I use or should not? Yes, students? 39 students are there. Yes? Should I use the topsoil? Topsoil, you understand? Something like half a feet below, you can see that soil can be used or not for the brick making purpose. Very simple question I'm asking. Very simple question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, topsoil is advisable to the manufacture of brick or not? Is that you advise somebody, yes, use topsoil. Topsoil which is seen I mean to say 500, half a feet, 6-inch depth, you can see that topsoil. Topsoil is very good in nutritious because the trees and crops are being well receiving the nutrients at the topsoil, and they are making the landscape of the building or the resources around the building. So it is always advisable for the making of brick, students. It is always advisable to take the soil below, underneath, so that you retain the topsoil which is required for any other purpose. So we don't disturb the topsoil for brick construction. That is a pollution what is happening, but people are not aware of all this. They start scraping the topsoil and start using for the brick manufacture, right? What about the pollution of the marble dust? Okay, for the pollution of the marble dust, you can think of a person who who is doing this work in the industry. Have you visited any place where marble dust is, marbles are being manufactured? I have visited, I've seen the people, a labor who is working literally. He is in white and white, students. He is white and white. You cannot make up that labor who is working in the marble dust because he is completely white. So the owner who is appointing him should be taking care of complete health of his. He has to be provided with all the health care. Should be provided with a proper gown so that he can well use it and start working on it. Because marble is a very good material for the construction of flooring or the steps or the slabs, right? You can use. Also, it can be used as a lintel or a sill material, right? For the, when you provide an opening for the window, you can go for a lintel or a sill for using a marble. But that marble has to be provided with a fine finish. When you start grinding that marble, the dust comes out. These dust are very fine, students, very, very fine, because if you keep doing it, this dust particle will enter into your nostrils and to your lungs, and therefore you have a complete health problem. Hazardous, it creates a hazardous. A person who was well healthy becomes a ill sick, and he may lose his life. So a precautionary care has to be taken at such industry to overcome this, because he's a person behind the entire family. He's a person behind the entire family. Okay, students. Now coming to the next, Mangalore tiles. Mangalore tiles, what happens when I talk about a tiles? It is a huge amount of burning taking place. So tiles cannot be prepared as like that. Ferro cement is a material which wherein you can, like, no time you can prepare the tiles. But Mangalore tiles and all, they require burning. They require huge amount of fuels, right? Huge amount of fuel is required. So again, what happens? Fuel means, yes, Baba, there will be deforesting and all that taking place. Burning will taking place, pollution will take place. So to avoid all that, should I stop manufacturing Mangalore tiles? Because it is polluting. It is polluting, right? It is polluting. Should I stop, or should I, as an engineer, as a researcher, as a scientist, one should think, okay, Baba, I should think of a Mangalore tiles, but in an alternate way, right? Even for example, this timber is a very good material, students. Timber, you have a timber material, you can think that timber has a very good life, very good life. And they say that it has been imported from Malaysia and Australia, but timber is also being manufactured in India. We have timber trees, but it is not meeting our requirement. So we have to import. When it is importing, we have to nation as to input the amount, the cost required to import that material, and you have many carvings available and all that. But there's an alternate for that also, students. Timber, like instead of timber, a ferro cement will do. A ferro cement material can replace timber or a concrete. That possibility is there. A concrete gun shoot, I think you have Google search, or you will find also they are using concrete gun shoot, taking a small mold or a thin mesh. You just shoot the concrete, it will fill up the gaps. So that is all you have to do with the timber. And therefore, doing all these, students, your global warming will calm down. The global will not get warmed up, it will lessen down, or the carbon prints within the global, it will be reduced. So you have to think all that. Means there's always a way, students. If you keep thinking, there's always a way behind the problem. But solution you have to give. You have to give the solution. That is necessary behind every engineer is here. There are number of engineers, but all are not engineers. The engineer who gives a solution to the problem is an engineer. Right? Now next, you can see 2A question, students. You can see the question 2A. That is not there in your syllabus. In your syllabus, the problem is not there. In the earlier syllabus, it was there. In your earlier syllabus, students, it was there, but this syllabus doesn't comprises this problem. Okay. Now write on a steam cured stone built steam cured stabilized blocks. Steam cured stabilized blocks is not there, but stabilized blocks is there. Stabilized blocks are there, right? What do you understand by stabilized block, students? What do you understand by stabilized block? Yes. What do you understand by stabilized block? How do you prepare? How do you manufacture? They call it in many ways: stabilized building block, stabilized mud block, stabilized blocks. They call it in soil stabilized blocks. They call it in many ways. Now, what is stabilized? In the earlier class also I said about stabilization. Can you say me what is the definite meaning of a stabilization? Yes? Stabilization. Yes, students, what is stabilization? No? What is stabilization? Anybody? There are 40 students in the class. Huh? Anybody? It's just a simple question what I'm asking. Very simple question. What is stabilization? It is nothing but improving the physical and chemical property of a material. Stabilization is nothing but physical and chemical. Now, okay, fine. What should I understand as physical property? Physical property is strength and shrinkage. Or just it can be a strength all alone, physical property. What is chemical property? I'm improving the property like your liquid limits, your water content and all that. That is our properties, the chemical properties and the physical properties. Strength I'm improving. How it is getting improved, the physical property, only when I'm doing a chemical property enhancement. How the chemical property enhancement takes place? When I mix with a stabilizer. What is a stabilizer? A cement is a stabilizer and a lime is a stabilizer. What does it do when I add that to a soil? It will improve the quality or the value of liquid limit, plastic limit, shrinkage limit. Correct? So therefore, ultimately it is giving a value to the soil by giving a higher value of compressive strength, isn't it? So that way it is telling regarding the stabilization. Now, stabilized soil block. Should I stabilize a block? Is that necessary? Without stabilization, can I get a soil block? Yes, students? Yes? Without stabilization, can I get a soil block? Yes, anybody? Can I get a soil block? Yes? Yes, students?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Yes, no. Why? Because soil alone will not contribute any strength. It cannot contribute. Though it may contribute, it will, once I put it in water, the block will segregate. Right? So how to improve? I should have some binding material which will bind all the soil particles, or it is only possible by the cement or by the lime. So hence it is called a stabilized soil block or stabilized mud block. Right? You understand what is the difference between a soil and a sand? A general question. What is the difference between a soil and a sand? What's the difference between soil and a sand? Soil is a composition which has sand, silt and clay, but sand is having only sand and silt, right? And you find the clay and silt passing to 75 micron safe, correct? So that is a soil, and according to your unified soil classification, you can bifurcate that as a clay soil, then low, medium, high. All that classification you all very well know. You're crediting the subject geotechnical engineer. Am I correct? So stabilized soil blocks, when I stabilize and using a stabilized making machine or brick making machine, I can just compress and I'll come out with a stabilized mud block or a soil block. So why we have to talk about stabilized soil block? Because the contribution of the carbon prints from the stabilized soil block is very minimum, students, because the percentage of stabilizers what we are using is cement, or 7% of cement or 7% of lime, which is very much minimum. If you think of a concrete block of same dimension, what is the amount of cement you will be taking? If I'm taking around 5 kg of soil to prepare stabilized soil blocks, so should I take the same percentage or same amount of cement to create a cement block? Yes, I have to. Then only it is possible to get a block of that size. So you have to think before you create any manufacture of the bricks or the blocks, which will reduce the amount of carbon to the environment. That is very important. Students, a nation creation or nation awareness can only be possible by the students. Students are the backbone of our nation. They can create an awareness to every citizen. No, Baba, you don't do like this. You do this is the right way. You are the only one who can show their pathway, right? So that is a process. You have to compress it at the known density and you will get back the blocks. That is a procedure of stabilized blocks, but this is an old scheme. Steam cured soil blocks are not there. I'll tell you out of the syllabus. Steam cured means something like you bake idlis at your home, right? Your parents prepare idli at home as a breakfast or a lunch or a dinner, right? Okay, you take the batter of the dough of idli and put it in a idli stand and you steam it, right? What comes out? You find a good idlis which can be eatable. Similarly, the blocks which I'll be compressing, I'll put it in a steamer. This is steam chamber in the laboratory. It is available with the steam chambers are available. If I leave that steam blocks for 24 hours within the steam, it will give me the equivalent strength of 28 days, students. Equivalent strength of 28 days, right? What if after 28 days I should get some 7 MPa of the strength of that block? Even after 24 hours, I'll get 7 MPa strength of the block, right? That is the purpose of steam cured chambers, right? So that is about 2B. Coming to 3A, what are the alternatives for stones and bricks in masonry? What are the alternatives of stones and bricks in masonry? Do I find any alternative, students? Yes. Do I find any alternatives? Oh, there's no alternatives for stones and bricks in masonry. Yes or no? Quickly, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. There is an alternative. You have to look for stones, because stones, why we are looking for stones? Alternative, because stone is a natural resources. Many stones are being, you can see in around our college, there were big stone hillocks. There were big stone hillocks, students. Over, like I'm here from 2001 in this college, and I could have seen many hillocks, but today it is not there. It is being flattened. Only for construction purpose we are just quarrying the stones. And brick manufacture, why we are talking about the brick? Because producing a brick, what happens? I have to burn or get a temperature of 1600 degrees Celsius. I should burn in that degree Celsius. Just by having a room temperature 28 degrees Celsius, your room temperature is 28 degrees Celsius or 22. Now it is little cool. You may find some 22 degree also at your room temperature. Am I correct? Think of a temperature at 1600 degrees, students. What should be the fuel you have to burn? Therefore, definitely I should look for an alternate materials. So, stones, what material I can replace the stone? Any other material as a faster material? Can I substitute a stone? Even a brick, I can easily substitute a brick with a stabilized salt brick because it is saving lot of energy towards the global warming, right? Similarly, I should look for a stone. What could be a better material to replace a stone, students? A better material, instead of finding a better material, I can say I can reduce the amount of stone usage. So stone, where do we, most of the cases, where do we use stones? We use stones in the foundation construction, right? We use size stone constructions, correct, for the foundation. Replacing that, can I go for an arch type of construction, students? Arch type of student foundation is available. We have to give a, literally we have to give a awareness or educate people that Are Baba, arch type of foundation is also available. I don't suggest that complete your area to be arch type of foundation. You can go only a part of it for arch type of construction, right? So that is where I can look for an alternative. See students, the purpose of introducing this subject in video for you at this level is just giving an awareness so that you can give awareness in your construction. You are picking up a job after this. You have to tell your project head or project lead, no Baba, this type of material is also available. We have to minimize. That is the main goal, right? Which is highly contributing towards the global warming. What are the different sizes, what are the different sources of limestones? What are the different sources of limestone? Which module? Module 3 it is. Sorry, I skipped. I'm very sorry, I skipped that. Discuss the different sources of limestone. Yes, 3B. Tell me students, what are the different sources of limestone? After this, I'll end the class. Yes, students. Different sources of limestone. Where do you get? From where do you get this limestone? Where is the availability of limestone? Availability of limestone. Sources. What are the sources? Module 3. You have to interact. You have to interact. So in the next class, students, you have to come prepared for the module 3. You have to answer, correct? Only I will talk on module 3. Okay, students? Or is that only on module 1? We'll discuss. Something you should answer. Yes or no? Which module you prefer?
Module 3 only.
Module 3. Okay. Module 3 is okay with everybody? Everyone is okay with module 3?
Okay.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.